Hi, boys and girls. We're going to read another book together. This one is the second book to Bug Brother. It's called Pirate Brother. My favorite story. One day, I found a cape at the very top of a tree. The cape was dark blue with bright gold stars around the sides, and it was magic. It made wishes come true. I only found this out when I accidentally turned my younger brother Harry into a blue bottle. Rima was my best friend, and I had an awful job trying to turn him back. I can tell you, oh yes, in case you didn't know, my name is Jamie. Here's something else you might not know. The most magic part of my cape is just inside the collar. That's where you'll find the number 7 in gold. When you make a wish, you hold on to this part. Also, you have to water the cape before you make a wish. Don't ask me why, but the magic works only when the cape is wet. Here he is, sitting in the top of a tree with his new cape. Lately, though, the magic hasn't been working at all. I've made so many wishes, and not one of them has come true. Is all the cape's magic used up? I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes when I'm making a wish, the 7 on the cape really sparkles. It dazzles my eyes, and I feel this funny tingling in my hands. So that proves there's still a little magic in my cape, doesn't it? And it's trying so hard to get out and make my wishes come true, but it can't. If only I could help it, but I don't know what to do. It's very, very frustrating. I've cheered myself up by reading books about spells and magic, and there's one book I've read over and over. It's called Brave Bill, the Magic Pirate. Maybe you've seen it. It's my all-time favorite story. It's Rima's too, and Harry says it's his favorite as well. But then, why wouldn't he? He copies me in everything, you know. It's so annoying. Anyway, Brave Bill is the story of the youngest pirate ever. In fact, he was only 8 when he ran away to sea. He'd been living in this children's home, which he hated. Here's Jamie reading a book about the pirate Bill. His granddad left him a ship in his will. Brave Bill's granddad had been a pirate once, but he lost all his treasures. In fact, he lost everything except his pirate ship, and he wanted Brave Bill, his only living relative, to have it. So one night, Brave Bill crept away with some other children from the home. They set off to find his granddad's ship. Then he set sail on it with the other children acting as his crew. They had lots of adventures and discovered masses of treasures. They buried this on their secret island, which no one else knew about. This was where they lived too, when they weren't being pirates. Brave Bill wears a patch over his left eye, and if you ever annoy him, watch out, because then he will whip off his eye patch and stare at you with his magic left eye. The moment this happens, you start to shrink. The longer he looks at you, the smaller you become. Once Brave Bill shrank someone down to the size of a peanut, but he doesn't do that very often. Only when he's really angry. Imagine having Brave Bill as my friend. Oh, that'd be totally amazing. No one would ever dare pick on me again. Not with Brave Bill close by. He'd always protect me, and knowing he was my mate would make me braver too. I could do things I'd never dreamed of, like being a pirate. How I'd love to jump into Brave Bill's book and have some adventures with him. I've wished for that on my cape so often, but it's never happened. On Friday at school, though, we can dress up as our favorite character. Guess who I'm going to be? On Thursday afternoon, I tried on my costume. First, I put on my old stripy pajama bottoms. Next came a white t-shirt which had a red skull and crossbones sewn onto it by my mom. Then Aunt Nora found a gray jacket with gold buttons and gold braid around the collar and wrists. I was really pleased to have that. Aunt Nora also bought me a gold earring. Lastly came 2 very important things. Brave Bill's eye patch. I made that. And he also wears a super cool hat. It's green and black and curled up at the front, and it has feathers on it. I made that too, and it took me ages and ages. When I'd finished, I went and stared at myself in the mirror. Someone started laughing straight away. Who else but Harry? You don't look anything like Brave Bill, he sneered. Just be quiet, I snarled, or you'll be sorry. This made him laugh even louder. Harry is 2 years and 3 months younger than me, and he's a half a head taller. I only can't come up to the middle of his ear. Talk about embarrassing. Actually, I'm one of the smallest boys in my class, and my nickname, I'll just whisper it to you, the Shrimp. Harry ran off, still giggling about me, trying to be Brave Bill. I changed out my costume, and then the doorbell rang twice. That sounded urgent. Here he is looking at himself in the mirror, and there's his little brother Harry getting ready to laugh at him. Harry and I rushed to the door, but Aunt Nora got there first. She's looking after Harry and me while my mom and dad are in Scotland. She's actually my mom's aunt, so she's like an antique aunt. She opened the door. Oh, hello, Rima. Hello, Aunt Nora, Rima gasped. She was out of breath. Is Jamie here? Yes, he is. Yes, I am, I replied. Well, I'll leave you two to have a nice little chat. Aunt Nora said, going back to the kitchen. I've just had an idea about, you know what, Rima whispered. Then she saw Harry hovering around. But it's a secret. Stay tuned for chapter 2. Have a great day. I miss you all.